Are you designing the life you want, or are you simply tolerating what life hands over to you? And your answer to that question explains why you are where you are right now. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but the only way for your life to change is, for one, for you to accept the truth of what's going on, and then also for you to be honest with yourself so that you can make the changes required to design the life you want. So there was a point in my life where I was not working on creating the life that I want. I thought that life just happened. I thought that I didn't have any control. One of the affirmations I say to myself a lot is, I create my destiny. Now, I believe in God, right? I believe that we co-create. But at the end of the day, I am here on this earth. At the end of the day, I got to get my butt up and go to work. At the end of the day, I got to make sure these bills get paid. At the end of the day, like, there are things that I have to do. I have to take care of this body. I got to drink enough water. I got to get enough sleep. I got to get up and do the things that make me uncomfortable. And so if you are not intentionally shaping your life, then it's time for you to do that. If you are not being intentional about it, if you were in this same place last year and you complained about it over and over and over again, but you have not done anything to work towards getting out of that situation, then you got to take a look at yourself. And see, sometimes we don't want to have the hard conversations. Like, you can't keep pity patting yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. If last year you didn't have a car, now this year you ought to have a car. You shouldn't be in the same situation. If last year you were in a toxic relationship, that person was cheating, that person was putting their hands on you, that person, this year you shouldn't be in the same situation. And so don't keep going back to people complaining and crying, and I'm tired of this. If you're tired, make a move. Oh my goodness. Who am I talking to? If you are tired, make a move. Make some changes. Get uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to be alone. Some people are so afraid to be alone that they will stay in a relationship with somebody who is treating them like crap because they don't want to be alone. Some people are so afraid of getting into a new career that they will stay in that job that they hate, and they will go there 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day. They will be unhappy, but refuse to upgrade their resume. They will be unhappy, but refuse to create a LinkedIn profile. They will be unhappy, but refuse to submit applications so that they can transition out of that job they hate. Maybe you start a business. Maybe you start a side hustle. Maybe you get a part-time job and turn it into a full-time job. But for you to remain in the same place month after month, year after year, something is wrong with that. You've got to have enough love for yourself, enough love for this gift of life to not sit here and suffer. You can't sit here and believe that this is the best that you can do. I had that mindset. That's why I stayed in a physically abusive relationship for 6 years. I thought that was the best that I could do. And guess what? It was a lie. See, sometimes we lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves and we believe the lie. But I want to challenge you today to make the decision to make a change. And wishful thinking is not going to get you out of that situation. Thinking about it is not going to get you out of that situation. Saying affirmations, they are great, but that is not going to get you out of that situation. You've got to move your feet. You've got to make a decision, commit to the decision, and say, I refuse. I refuse to be here next year. Oh my goodness. I refuse to be here next year. So what is it going to take? What decision are you going to need to make? Who are you going to have to cut off? Who are you going to need to get in alignment with? Who do you need to connect with to make sure that you are not stuck in the same place next year? To make sure that you don't have the same complaints, problems, and challenges. Your problems, your challenges, they should be increasing. You shouldn't have the same struggle this year that you had last year. Like, come on. What is it going to take for you to make a move? And so I want you to ask yourself. What is it that I need to do? Not somebody else. Yep, other people can help you, but what is it that you can do? See, sometimes we are so focused on what other people are doing or what other people are not doing that we're not realizing that life is passing us by. Like, you need to have a sense of urgency about improving your life. Have a sense of urgency about improving your situation. A sense of urgency about building a legacy, about making an impact in this world, about sharing your brilliance with other people, leveling up constantly, consistently, getting better, consistently becoming a better version of yourself, consistently generating more revenue, consistently improving your relationships with others, but more importantly, improving your relationship with yourself. At the foundation of all of this is self-love. You've got to believe that you deserve more. And when you really get that belief that I deserve more than this, that's when your life is going to change. Make a move. Don't settle for average. Don't settle for safe. Don't settle for good enough. Get what you deserve. Create the life that you desire to live. Until next time, take care.